I am about to buy a $42,000 collection, and in this video I'm going to show you one, what's even in it, but two, how we're able to constantly buy large amounts of video games, and then why we're even doing it. So let's see what we got. All right, so they just got here pulled up. I'm gonna let them explain a little bit of who they are, what all they brought. They brought a lot of stuff and where they're coming from, so take it away.
Hello everybody, I'm from Chicago, Illinois. We're bringing all this stuff, basically a lifelong personal collection here. Pretty much everything from 25 years of collecting.
25 years, wow.
Tons and tons of systems, hardly any duplicates, just a wide collection of just about everything from PSP, PlayStation, GameCube, Dreamcast.
How much money do you think you have into this?
Oh man, it's so hard to say over the years. At least 15, I'd say, into everything.
Okay.
Not everything is here.
Yeah.
So I've still got a little bit left back at the house. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, there's some awesome stuff in here.
There's a ton of PSP games in there. I've got like over 450 PS2 games, almost all the original Xbox games.
A lot of stuff. I was looking at the Dreamcast stuff. That's probably the bigger area, high dollar ticket items in
there. A lot
there.
of good Dreamcast stuff. There was sealed, Berserk came in there, Mars Matrix, like a lot of good shooters and stuff.
Yeah.
We used to get Dreamcasts back in the day at FuncoLand and GameStops. They used to just give them away. They had so many of them in stock, they didn't want them anymore. So when you would make a purchase, they would just give you a free Dreamcast at the time. They were just handing them out basically. And now, I mean, they go for so much money, just the system alone, but they couldn't give them away back in the day.
We don't come across them very often. So when I was looking through the price charting he sent me, PS2, there was like 560 games and price charting value was like 7,000 or something. But then Dreamcast, there was 150 items and price charting had it at 5,500. So that just shows the crazy value in some of the Dreamcast stuff. But a lot of it, not a lot, some of it is sealed so that...
Yeah, there's a lot of sealed
kind of makes sense.
Games. There's a ton of sealed PS3 games and Xbox One games. When it came around to it and I had a whole bunch of sealed things, it just seemed like opening it was kind of stupid.
Yeah, I struggle with that as well. I've been collecting a lot of Switch lately.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to like open it.
Yep.
Because like I also nope out of games a lot, and so I'll play for like an hour or two and then I never go back to it, and I'm like, I took the plastic off, which was $10, $15 sometimes, and then just never go back to it. So
exactly, it's hard for me to open games when the price shoots up so much on them, and it's just like, man, I'll get around to it, and then as you can see, I never get around to it. So
yeah,
just trying to move it on, I guess.
Well, there's a lot of stuff in here. What I'm gonna do is get him paid, and then we're gonna load it into the garage, and then we will then later start going through everything, show you all what it is, and then we'll have a price charting below so you all can look at that. But thanks for making the drive. And you said you're from Chicago.
Yep, it's about a 7-hour drive on down.
So I got a couple of guys in Chicago that I buy from them as well.
Oh,
so
really? Nice.
They're good guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there. A lot of good finds too.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so we got the full collection here. Shout out to Nick for driving from Chicago in a rental van. A lot of really good stuff. Excited to go through this, and I figure we'll just grab this first box. Yeah, it's very heavy. It's all PS2. And he said that condition on a lot of this is really good. And I started with PS2 because hopefully I'll be more likely to identify the actual good games. Once we start getting into some of the more obscure stuff, I am gonna have zero idea what has good value and what doesn't. Let's see. Well, we have Duelist of Roses. That's always nice to see. Yu Hakusho, Godfather. Is this the special edition? I think it is, or limited edition. And wow, that is really clean. Just right on top. There's some good stuff in here. I mean, just right on the top, those 3 games are games we would normally buy. Condition on this stuff is really clean. We got a couple of Soul Caliburs. Those are always nice. Those will sell well on Amazon. And I figure I will go ahead and answer your guys' questions on why I'm always buying stuff like this. So we are an Amazon seller. We sell primarily video games. We sell a little bit of everything online, but video games are our bread and butter. That's what we spend most of our time. There's a couple of decent ones. Vampire Knight, Jackass. We spend most of our time selling video games on Amazon. And that's how we pay the bills. Right now we have 6 people working for the business and then myself. We have to buy a lot of video games to pay everyone. Yeah, 2 copies of Ed, Edd n Eddy. There's like a special version that has like a DVD included, and I was hoping one of those was, but that's not it. Extermination, I think that's like decent. I had that sealed at one point. I just realized I'm messing up the alphabetization. It looks like a lot of this might be somewhat alphabetized, or at least it was. But yeah, so we run a business right now, currently out of my house, but we will be moving into a brick and mortar next year where we sell video games. That's the main part of the business. We love it. Video games are nice and easy to ship, package. I mean, in this box, I think there is a note that says 166 PS2 games. This is less than the size of a cooler, basically. I feel like that's pretty close. There's a sealed game right there. Ooh, that might be good. It is part of a set. That seal is super clean. I will say part of a set probably is going to hurt it, so this was probably bundled. Yeah, I don't know what that goes with. He told me before he got here that there is a lot of sealed stuff. I'm not seeing a lot in this box specifically, that there would be a lot of sealed, and the condition is absolutely fantastic. There's a few games that are like... He probably, yeah, just looking at it, it looks like he probably got this from like a Savers or something similar. Just need to get the stickiness off. But that's something that we take a lot of pride in, is the cleanliness of our games. On average, we spend about a minute or 2 cleaning every single game, depending on how dirty it is. If it's something like Godfather, just needs a wipe down. It's got a little bit on there, but we just wipe that down. But if they're sticky, they have stickers or anything like that, we're gonna remove all of that stuff, make sure the condition is good. And then if the condition is really bad, we have really good replacement OEM cases that we will swap them with, so that the customer, whenever they buy from us on Amazon, it's a great product. I think this box is done. We can move on to the next one, because if I don't move any faster, this video is gonna be really long. Let's go ahead and grab this. It says Wii Games. We love the Wii. It is our #1 selling console, and there is not much in here, just from what I see. We got Pokemon Battle Revolution, Mario Kart, Mario Party. So we're good. Ooh, Wii Party. I don't know the last time we got this. That's pretty much the main things. Trauma Center, I think that's okay. I just remember when I started doing this, I found one of these for $1. I was excited because it had a little bit of value. Ready to Rumble, Revolution. This one's got some yellowing on the side. I think case swap would help because the case is dirty, and then we might be able to wipe it off to get it a little bit cleaner. This looks like an Xbox One box. One thing that's really nice about Nick is he put them by type, and this whole box is sealed. It looks like this is a lot of sealed games. But one of the things he talked about when he was here is he didn't like opening the games. He liked buying them and collecting them. And so a lot of the times he just didn't. And you can tell by this box, there's a ton of sealed stuff in here. We will go ahead and move on to the next one. But there's some good ones in here. Blaze Blue, maybe. What was another one I saw? There's a Dying Light that's the following edition. That one can be good sometimes. Eternal Collection, I think this is decent. And I mean, a lot of these are sealed, so that's gonna make it easier to sell as well. But again, there's a lot of sealed stuff in here. You do get a little bit of a premium on Amazon for sealed stuff, though prices come down quite a bit because people have like started resealing games and selling them. That's not something we would ever do. But if we do get games sealed, we will definitely sell them. Let's go ahead and grab this quick PS3 box, and we'll grab the other PS3 box. This was crazy at one point, but I don't think it is really anymore. Twisted Metal is always nice to see. Time Crisis. And then that's kind of it in this bin. So we moved into another PS3 box. I think this one is like one of the sealed boxes. I'm not seeing much in here that's not sealed, which is crazy. I think isn't this a little bit of a valuable game? Like even used?
It could be. I actually don't see it very often. I haven't seen it in a while.
I know some of the Family Guy games, some of the Simpson games can be really good. But holy cow. God of War Saga, sealed. Condition looks really good. If you are a sealed person, hit me up because we don't really buy and sell sealed PlayStation or Sony. People were flipping PS5s on Amazon, so they basically kicked everyone off from selling new. So a lot of times we'll just sell it as like new, but obviously you can get more of a premium if you sell it new. Sly Cooper, that's a good one. Dark Souls 2, just tried Dark Souls. Not for me. I have a kid now. I don't have time to be playing the same level over and over and over again. Journey Collector's Edition, which is there a non-collector's edition? This is the only version I've ever seen. But this is a beautiful game. I saw these as well. We have Puppeteer sealed, new. It's probably 70, 80 bucks. Potentially get a premium on the Amazon. It's got a little bit of a tear at the bottom, unfortunately, so this is probably not like a gradable copy, but it's still pretty good. And then we have Amazing Spider-Man 2. Got a sticker on it, but that should hopefully come off. Condition on that looks pretty good. I'm not a grader, but I do know some people that do grade, so these might be some decent games to sell to them if we can work out a good deal. Call of Duty Black Ops Collection. These are both new as well. These have a little bit of a different kind of seal, but that's pretty standard for this type of game. So those could be good as well. But honestly, there's a lot of value just in this box because almost everything is new. This does have Goodwill sticker on it, but we might be able to get that off. I've gotten pretty good at taking stickers off. And then we do have a couple that I saw in here that have more of like a shrink wrap seal. That's something we'll probably have to look up to see if that's just how they came or if they're not like true seals. We'll move on to the next box, but honestly, it's not like retro, but it's some pretty good stuff. But we're gonna be trying to pull out a lot of the really good stuff so that we can prioritize listing that first. Got the PS2 box. I see some good titles right on top. We got Family Guy, Hannah Montana. That's my favorite game of all time. It is sealed. It's supposed to be a joke, but with it being sealed, it may have actually a little bit of value. Disney Golf is always fun to see. Crazy Frog, Star Ocean. Justin's pointing to Star Ocean. This isn't that crazy, is it?
No, I just don't normally see it in the box.
The box is different. Does it have a regular case? Okay. I didn't know if it had like a steelbook or something.
Yeah.
Sonic Heroes. See what else. Oh, this one might be decent. Beautiful Joe sealed. Seal looks pretty good. It's a little dirty on top, so it's probably not a gradable copy, but that's cool to see. I love seeing like sealed PS2 games. Gungrave. I think that's decent. Oh, Grandia Extreme. That is an uncommon game. I think I've gotten this like once. I think in one of the last collections I got actually. And that's how I knew that had some value. Not a whole lot else that I immediately see. I bet there's some good stuff on the second level, but you guys don't want to watch me go through every box like that. And this box is really heavy. I'm going to go through this box. This is a really good box. I know nothing about this, so feel free to roast me in the comments. But this is the Atari Lynx box. I don't know that we've ever even gotten Atari Lynx games, and some of these are sealed. So we have Shanghai. I will say I quickly looked at this on Friday, and a lot of the titles are probably not the best, but with them being sealed, and Atari Lynx, and in the box, there's good stuff in here. Malibu Bikini Volleyball, XY Bots, that might be a little bit better. Switchblade, that's super cool. Jimmy Connors Tennis, and these are more CIB, so baseball, Blue Lightning, hockey, Blockout, Miss Pac-Man. I've seen this before, but I don't remember how to pronounce it. Oh, that's cool. Got a little case for the Atari Lynx. Gates of Zendocon, sealed, but it's like a big box. I think there's more games in here than I realized. Sealed Warbirds, sealed Clacks. The seal's not the best on that. Road Blasters. Also, these boxes feel very finicky, like you can just hear it moving around on the inside. A manual for Blue Lightning, and just Pinball Jam. There's a lot of Atari Lynx in here. Pit Fighter, Shweek, Slime World, APB. That's kind of cool. Steel Talons. Also, I would not normally go through every single game in a box, but I mean, how often do you see a full box of Atari Lynx games? Robo Squash, Toki. That's a cool one. Crystal Mines 2, Chips Challenge, Power Factor, Basket Brawl, That one's cool. Shadow of the Beast. I feel like that's got to be a good one. So there's 31 Lynx games, 26 sealed. That's about 31 more Atari Lynx games than I've ever seen. So these will probably be on our eBay. I'm probably going to put up an Instagram post as well, letting you all know that we have these. So hit us up. We may still have them. Definitely check our eBay to see if they're listed. If they are listed, feel free to shoot me a message. We'd love to work out a deal on Instagram or something like that. Don't see this very often. And there's some other really good boxes. This Dreamcast box is insane. So stay tuned. We're going to get to it in a bit. All right, this is a pretty small looking box, but it's got Dreamcast. Any but bubble wrap. And most of the other boxes don't have bubble wrap, so there's probably good stuff in this too. Looks like all the games are sealed, but I don't see anything crazy. Mach-In X, that's probably good. Phantasy Star Online, okay. That one's probably good. Some more sports. Quake 3. Floygen Bros.
This will open up if I can make Moigel really happy.
Maybe later. Give me another idea.
Hey, sailor, give me a hug.
Ooh, okay. This is one of the most expensive items that he sold us. Typing of the Dead sealed. And I believe there's a second one in here. I already have someone that is interested specifically in this. And maybe these are, okay, these aren't sealed, so maybe they're better. Samba de Amigo, Toy Story, Hydro, sealed Tom Clancy. Looks like you got these pretty cheap. You paid $2 for that. I don't think I've ever seen a Dreamcast game for $2. Soul Fighter. I don't think I've seen that artwork before. Echo, Arrow Wings, and then we got some more sealed. This one is definitely going to need a case replace. It's pretty dirty. That's just part of the service we offer. This is a really random box. I'm going to go ahead and answer the other part of the question I talked about at the beginning of the video, is how we're able to continually buy large collections like this. And it's mostly just because we're always selling. I think a big part of reselling is, like, the best part is the hunting, the chase, all of that. You have to love buying just as much as you love selling. This might be an actual seal. It's got like a shrink wrap seal with it being like a preview disc. I don't remember if this came with a system or how this came, but that could be an actual seal. But a big part of it is you have to love the selling part. And I actually do. The hunting's great. And as the business has grown, we've had to kind of shift what I prioritize, what I'm doing. And so that's why we buy a lot from other resellers or collectors or whatever in the area or at cons. It's just a good way to buy a lot of stuff in a short amount of time. Buying collections like this collection was worth $42,000. We paid 50%, that's the number he said, and I was good with that number. There's no way I could garage sale, thrift, pawn shop in a single day or even a week and hit 21,000. And so that's why we have shifted pretty heavily to this. And so that's why we buy all of this, and how we're able to is we spend a lot less time sourcing nowadays and a lot more time processing. We're sending in, the goal is 1,000 games a week. Sometimes we're closer to 800. And then the goal is to send in a minimum of 60 consoles a week. We're typically pretty close. Sometimes we're over, sometimes we're a little under. It just depends on what we're processing for the week. If we're just doing Wii's, we'd probably do that in like 2 days. Shout out to Q.
Isn't this a nice letter Q that I have
Oh,
here?
that's what it is. Yeah, it's nice.
Project Gotham Racing 2. I saw something literally last night about this, about how this is the second cover art for this game. Because the original version, when this was coming out in, I assume in 2001, it had the Twin Towers in it. They changed the cover artwork to not include that because of obvious reasons. But I saw that last night. Someone was selling it graded for like $2,000 or something. Perfect Dark Zero, I think just got thrown in here. Rainbow Six 3 is sealed. 3 playable demos on it. And Resident Evil 5 for the 360. It's got Resident Evil 6 Disc 1 in it. Probably just a mistake. Got a bag of Game Gear games. Yoshi's Island with the manual. We got some Switch games, which are always nice to see. I don't know that I'll be keeping any of them, but we will, well, I like seeing the limited run, super rare, etc. type games. Street Fighter, Final Fantasy, I had this at one point. I don't know if you can still play this because I think they shut off online. I guess you might be able to play it locally. I played it in an arcade. It's pretty fun. We have several Genesis games in here, and then we have one Master System. I don't see anything crazy. There are some sealed ones, which is cool. I don't know that there are any good sealed ones. It would have been nice if this Sonic was sealed. That would have been cool. We have several of the college footballs. Okay, I see a, oh my, Bubsy for the Jaguar sealed. That's, I mean, that's got to have some decent value. For one, it's Atari Jaguar and it's Bubsy. In the bottom, it looks like 360 games. Are they all sealed? It looks like they are, but I don't see anything really worth noting. Octodad for the PS4, and then a loose disc of Netflix. That's what I've been looking for. This one might be decent. Metal Gear Rising sealed. There's a lot of sealed in here. I probably could have taken a closer look at the price charting, but it looked like good stuff. Price seemed fair. There is Big Bumpin'. I know that's a banger of a game. Everyone loves the Burger King games. Justin told me I'm talking too much, and his wee little hands are getting tired. All right, so we're on to PSP. Wii games. This looks like DS stuff. He said that he's never seen anyone else sell the style of new